there's a term in Australia called take the piss, right? Which is making fun of someone doing something. That used to happen all the time with me. What's he walking around the paddock for? What's he looking for? What's he doing?
Yeah.
Because they don't understand flow.
And you were boots on the ground, and you're walking the field, and you're talking to the project delivery team. By the way, I've changed that for everything. I always say project delivery team now.
Yeah.
What is the first sign that the team's not ready to start and that this is heading in the wrong direction?
I'm always looking for flow. Now, these guys, back on this project, they used to think I was mad. I'd walk the paddock. I did this for months on end too, right? This is you got to keep repeating things and you got to keep doing things until people internalise them and they accept them themselves. I used to walk the job 10 to a dozen times a day.
Okay.
The main thing I was looking for is where's it stopped? Where the crane's not moving, where's there groups of people stood up waiting for materials? Because when I knew where it was stopped, then I knew where the problems were. I could go and speak to them and say, hey guys, you don't go and accuse people, right? How's it going? What's happening? Go and talk to the people in the paddock doing the work. They'll tell you what the problem is. We all like to sit in the office and in meetings and stuff like that because it's air conditioned or, we're out of the elements. Get out there at the work front where they're actually doing the work and ask them what's going on. They'll tell you. They love to tell you what's not working. And that was all I did, man. But I did it for months.
You did it, which allowed you to just get rid of your opinions and just like analyze what was going on. You
don't want to start 2026 like this. I'm starting a new pilot program called 2026 Pre-Season Train. It's for if you started 2026 like that, thought you're going to come screaming out the blocks, tripped over at the first hurdle. There is today and tomorrow left in the first quarter, 2026. How's your New Year's resolution going? Who's still talking about it? Who's still got one? I'm still well and truly focused on mine because of a little process called ORCA. All right, separating signals from noise. Dr. Eli Goldratt said it best. Measure me in a logical way and don't be surprised when I behave illogically. That's what we do in construction all the time. We measure in tons of steel, up in air. Guess what happens? Stuff gets thrown up before it's ready to go up. We measure pipe and meters installed. Guess what happens? Hundreds of meters of pipe get stuffed in a rack to make it look like the schedule's on track early on in the job, when it's not, when it's way behind. And we create 2 to 3 times as much of the work because now we're going to build scaffolds and get people up into pipe racks to do stuff that we should have done on the ground. We had old rules in construction years ago. If you could do it on the ground, you don't do it in the air. We've forgotten the fundamentals because we're listening too much to noise and measuring people in illogical ways. You hear me talk to this quite a bit. Opinions are noise. Good mate of mine has a saying, let the data tell the story. Signals, data and physics are the signals that we need to separate from all the noise that we're got going on. People running around in circles, being highly effective and highly productive at creating non-value added activity, which does nothing to drive the progress towards the finish line. That's the most simplest way to think about non-value added activity to value added activity. Does it drive the project towards the finish line? Get us closer to the end. If it doesn't, it's waste, non-value added activity. And we need to be looking at how we can eliminate it. Right, we had a timeline. What we've said, I haven't been ticking my box off. We're going to do a little bit of progress updating here because if I was on site at the moment, I would give myself a kick in the backside for not doing my progress updates properly, because we can tick another box off in a minute. Let's go and have a look at how we have progressed with our pacts and what else? Our minutes towards our 100 hours of mastery. Let's hope we get this right. Yep, got the progress sheet up. Okay. All right, so most recent pact was use Claude as an executive assistant daily. That there says 20%. We have done that Thursday, Friday, did it Saturday, did it Sunday, I did it today. So we are 2/3 of the way through that pact. 100 hours of progress. When was the last time we updated the minutes that we actually, right, 25th, we'll have to go to YouTube and see what videos we've been throwing up to update that. As I said, we set a milestone to start using Claude as our wingman today. So we're going to test it. Boo gave me, should have got rid of that comment. Let me change that comment around because we had a better question, better $1 million question for today, which Claude actually wrote. It wasn't in the middle of transitioning. Oh, this is a good question too. It's a cracker. Of transitioning from ChatGPT to Claude. I'll tell you what, difference is like night and day. Here we go. What's one metric on your project right now that's driving the wrong behaviour? Tons of steel, meters of pipe. Who can be the busiest, move the fastest, get the most done without looking at the bigger picture? What's best globally for the project? Okay, enough nonsense. Let's see if Claude's going to run. I've got a prompt off of Boo. Christian Burkosis gave me this prompt, which I've fed into Claude. And he tells me that I should be able to run it this way. Ready. See what happens. Ready when you are, Benny. Say the word. Run the ORCA prompt. Do you have it or not? What header? Snag straight up. Welcome back to another ORCA Live, March 30, 2026. We're running at a 14.4 minute debrief. That's 1% of your day. The audience is here to see exactly how this works. Let's go. It's got a little bit carried away. Sounds like a TV toothpaste commercial, but anyway. Step one is the objective. We're locking in exactly what we set out to do today. One clear, measurable target. Beanie, what was your objective for today? My objective for today was to work with a client and get a tact plan in place for this week, a 1 week look ahead. See how well he interprets what I said. Good, let me sharpen that. A tact plan and a look ahead for the week by the end of today. Is that the objective or pick one? That was the objective. Just going to correct you on spelling of tact. It's T-A-K-T. Looks better already. Noted, tact plan. T-A-K-T. Tact. The German word for drumbeat. Oh, got it. The German word for drumbeat for the audience. Tact planning is a scheduling method that creates a steady rhythm across work. Tacts are signals. Gantt charts, majority of the time, are fucking noise. Tact tells you who is doing what, where they're doing it, when they're starting, and when they're finishing. 4 dimensions. Well, far more powerful than a Gantt chart. So objective, build a tact plan and a week look ahead with a client. What actually happened? We did that today. We spent the time, we sat down, we pulled out looked at his resourcing, what resourcing he had a look at what jobs need to get done, triage them using theory of constraint, and create a tack plan. Tact. Transcription seems to be a lot better too. So much better. Good, so you hit the objective. What was the result? Did you finish it, or is there a gap somewhere? That's a really good question. The result was we probably got 95% of it done. We need to spend the day on it tomorrow to get it to 100%. So the gap is 6%. Objective was a completed tack plan today. You're at 94. The results were debriefing cause. Where most debriefs never go. We're going to ask why until we find out the real reason that 6% didn't get done today. Why didn't you finish it? We ran out of time, literally. There's a fair bit going on at this client's workplace today. This afternoon, when we had a final look at it at 2:30, we were both pretty tired, and I went, you know what, we could finish this off probably in 10 to 15 minutes in the morning rather than waste an hour or two now when we're tired. Good call on the moment, but let's go one day. Why did you run out of time? Well, too ambitious. Oh, I was too ambitious. I should have never said we were going to fully finish the tack plan today. To be able to take someone that's brand new to it, explain it to them, work through the process, it was overly ambitious to get that tied up in one shift. Why was it set that way? Did you underestimate the time it takes to bring someone new through the tack process, or was there you? Yes, I underestimated the time that it would take to get someone up to speed on the tack process. Where's your root cause? Underestimated the time required to onboard someone new to the tack process. That sits in the plan category, specific estimation and resource allocation. Actions are the whole point. Small, specific, and who does what by when. This is what changes tomorrow. One cause, one action. What changes tomorrow so this doesn't happen again? What changes tomorrow so this doesn't happen again? We could start it earlier in the day. We'll prioritize it and do it first up so that it gets done when we're fresh. Because it was a Monday morning, we let Manic Monday take over before we got serious about getting it sorted. Who does what by when? Beanie will organise a session for 9 a.m. to close out the tack plan. That's your ORCA. Clean brief under 14.4 minutes. One thing worth calling out. The moment you said we could finish this in 10 minutes tomorrow rather than waste an hour and tired, that's situational awareness in real time. That's good operations. Same time tomorrow, Benny. Like it. So hit our target. Run, Claude, live. Hot dog or not hot dog? We got a hot dog. It's done. All right, if you want access to that, I can work it out for you. Message me the words Claude Wingman, Claude ORCA Wingman, and I'll make sure that you get access to it somehow. All right, take that, use it, make it a great week, and we'll speak again tomorrow. There's a term in Australia called take the piss, right, which is making fun of someone doing something. That used to happen all the time with me. What's he walking around the paddock for? What's he looking for? What's he doing?
Yeah.
Because they don't understand flow.
And you were boots on the ground, and you're walking the field, and you're talking to the project delivery team. By the way, I've changed that for everything. I always say project delivery team now.
Yeah.
What is the first sign that the team's not ready to start and that this is heading in the wrong direction?
I'm always looking for flow. Now, these guys, back on this project, they used to think I was mad. I'd walk the paddock. I did this for months on end too, right? This is you got to keep repeating things and you got to keep doing things until people internalize them and they accept them themselves. I used to walk the job 10 to a dozen times a day.
Okay.
The only thing I was looking for is where's it stopped? Where the crane's not moving, where's there groups of people stood up waiting for materials? Because when I knew where it was stopped, then I knew where the problem